throughout California. A battle is being fought to protect the state's diverse ecosystem. And on the front lines are the state's game wardens.
We enforce everything. Drugs, violent crime, stolen vehicles, and poaching.
They're killers, they're taking our wildlife illegally, and we have to stop them.
Outmanned and outgunned, they face danger at every turn.
Kind of like the Lone Ranger out there.
It takes one guy in a tent with a weapon to ruin your day.
Tonight, the wardens set their sights on snake poachers, crack down on the illegal sale of wildlife parts.
Let's go.
Fishing game, police!
And stop a cold-blooded trophy hunter from killing again.
Fishing game, search warrant!
All in their pursuit of wild justice.
We are the last line of defense, and without us, you have no wildlife.
The desert is a wonderful habitat. You see a lot of snakes, a lot of lizards, and coyotes, deer, and even bobcats. Right now we're on the patrol unit of the San Jacinto Wildlife Area. Rattlesnake in the road. This is a red diamond rattlesnake. If you notice, it has that raccoon tail on the back. It's a pretty nice looking snake. Collecting reptiles. It's always been something that I liked. Dad was a police officer. He would bring snakes home that they found in people's houses that they would go out and actually remove from the houses. We'd have king snakes or gopher snakes at home. It was always great to have a little pet. Let's get them off the side of the road. You don't want it to go into the human habitation where the people are probably going to kill it.
The San Jacinto Preserve is a haven for wildlife, but not for people.
The wildlife area has not been open to the public yet because it used to be a rocket test site. They don't know what exactly they dropped or tested out here. But they found a lot of unexploded ammunition rounds, grenades. Still some leftover stuff out here. There's a lot of signs inside the wildlife area saying that, no trespassing, keep out. But still, we get a lot of illegal target shooting and illegal trespass.
With old munitions scattered around the area, trespassing can be lethal.
It's more of a safety issue that we don't know if people are back in wildlife area property. We have had people killed out here. In fact, this gate is actually open right now. Looks like someone's might be in there. It looks like the gate's been cut. They came through fairly recently. Tracks are pretty good on the ground. Could be illegal target shooting through the area or even poaching.
With over 20,000 acres to cover, Warden Chang heads to high ground to search for the trespassers.
You hear the shooting out here? Target shooting. This is Circom 5345. I'm going to be at the San Jacinto Wildlife Area Patrol Unit. Going to be out on target shooting.
With backup miles away, Warden Chang has no choice but to head toward the sound of gunfire.
You never know what you're going to come across. When it's a single officer situation, a backup's probably an hour at least minimally in some of these spots. You better be prepared to handle yourself out where you're at.
As Chang searches for the shooters. In Central California,
You know, as fishing game wardens, we have to have our offices out of our houses, and this is where I put my personal passion and my work passion together.
Lieutenant John Norris has been a licensed hunter since the age of 9, and his impressive trophy collection was gathered over decades of lawful hunting.
Any of these animals here actually do bring fairly high black market profit because some guys just don't even want to have the satisfaction of legally hunting. They would just like to buy one, say they killed it, and have bragging rights. That's just something that we definitely need to stop.
Today, Lieutenant Norris trolls the internet for black market wildlife traders.
You've got to be kidding me. This guy wants to buy everything. Deer heads, antelope, cougars. That's a prohibited species. You can't advertise that or sell it or even have it in California.
If I hunt legally, then there's no commercialization of that animal. There's no money being made, and there's no greed or incentive to take too many. But if I try to sell it, then we encourage overhunting, and we end up losing that resource or it becomes extinct or endangered. And that's why selling them is illegal, but possessing them legally is not.
4 misdemeanors and 1 felony violation he's asking to commit. Just in his ad. Bear rug. He says he'll pay cash for the same day. And he left his phone number. I can't believe this guy's for real. I'm gonna call this guy. Man, I hope this guy answers. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm calling about your ad for taxidermy mounts. Yeah, well, I noticed you're looking for, you have bearskin rugs here. Thing is, I'm scaling down my house. I have to move to a smaller place, and I don't have room for this stuff, and they're actually in really good shape. What are you offering for like a bearskin rug? Oh no, it's a nice bear, man. Yeah, no, it's a toad. It's close to 400 pounds, almost a 6-footer. Yeah, I was in California, here in the mountains of California, about 4 years ago. Yeah, I'd totally keep it, but I don't have the room for it, so. 300? Yeah, it's a little low. He's a real nice bear. But I gotta get rid of him, so I'd probably be all right with that. We'll do that. Well, the thing is, I might be running a job tomorrow, so I might send my nephew out to do it. He's gonna be up in that neck of the woods. And I'll just, have him take the bear to you if he'd collect the money, if you like it. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, 9:30, I just need to know the address.
While Lieutenant Norris sets up the undercover buy, and Kyle Chang hunts down gunmen 117 miles north in El Dorado County, Warden Bob Pera closes in on a suspect accused of gruesome and wasteful deer killings.
It all started when state park peace officers found a couple of deer within the park boundaries of Coloma that had been apparently shot with only their heads removed. I've been a fishing game warden just about 9 years, and there was probably more blood on the ground than I'd ever seen out of any kill site.
The decapitated deer were killed out of season and the meat left to rot. Both acts despised by hunters and wardens alike.
When I was about 13 or 14, I was out shooting squirrels and was checked by a game warden. And I think it was always kind of instilled in me that the regulations were there for a reason, and people who didn't abide by the regulations, were criminals. The investigations part of the job is really kind of rewarding, especially when it's a case you've been working for some time, as in this case I have here.
Armed with a search warrant, Warden Para assembles a group of veteran fish and game officers and local sheriffs.
Through my investigation, I came up with several suspects and did a knock and talk with our suspect today. He denied any knowledge, but when we were interviewing him, he came to the door smoking a cigarette. And one of the pieces of evidence I recovered at the scene of one of the deer poachings was a cigarette butt. He gave us his cigarette butt. Well, thanks to the Bureau of Forensic Services, they matched his DNA, said that that cigarette butt at the scene of the crime belonged to him, and we got our search warrant out of it this way. So basically what we're looking for today, antlers, heads, deer, hides. There's a .22 caliber rifle or handgun or some sort of weapon that was used. Take all those and seize them for comparisons of evidence later. And any firearms, knives, guns, anything else like that, we're gonna take a look at. Of course, be safe and keep your guard up and see what we find. Hopefully something good. Let's go. My suspect does have firearms, and not knowing who's gonna be at the residence when we get there, we're gonna be on our guard and be ready. We're gonna be pulling in right here. Fishing game, search warrant, open the door. Fishing game, open the door.
Just outside Georgetown, California, the wardens close in on a brutal trophy hunter.
Fishing game, search warrant, open the door. Fishing game, open the door.
Watch windows.
Search warrant, open the door.
Step out of the house. Step out, step right over here, sir. You have any weapons on you? No. You have any weapons? No. Okay, step right over there.
Who's in the house?
My girlfriend in my room. Anybody else?
Girlfriends in the room? Anybody else?
That's it.
Search warrant. Police, anybody in here?
Search warrant, please, search warrant. Get out here. Please, search warrant. Step on out, please.
Step on out here. So we have a search warrant. Step out front for me, please. One more coming out.
Yeah, we checked that.
With the residents clear of danger,
Okay, remember when I came, I talked to you about deer poaching, right? Yeah.
Warden Para interrogates the suspect.
I want to show you something here. You know what that is? Cigarette butt? It is a cigarette butt. That's not mine. You want to make a bet? You remember that last time in January? Yeah. You gave me your cigarette butt right out of your mouth. You said, here, have my DNA. Yeah. That one has your DNA on it. Well, I ain't know nothing about it.
Then why is your DNA right here with deer blood all over it, right next to where that deer was killed?
Anywhere I flip a cigarette out. What's the tree?
Not that far from the road. And
What's the tree?
For it to land in the middle of a dead deer?
Get out of here. Take the paperwork, get out of here.
Well, as soon as we're done.
Funny thing.
Think about it a little bit. Just, anything you want, tell me. Because we're going to look everywhere.
Read it.
What? And if you're done answering questions for me, that's fine. I just, either
Either answer me or just tell me you're done talking to me, and then that's fine.
Oh, here we go.
We got tons of drug paraphernalia and drugs.
Look at this.
2 handguns that are registered in other people's names that were transferred into their possession without going through a registered gun dealer. Glass mirror with methamphetamine residue. Tin containing crystal methamphetamine and vial straws that are cut to be able to ingest methamphetamine. Homemade darts made out of just copper wire. Each one of them is sharpened at the tip for hunting purposes or wounding others.
There's some antlers over here if you want to.
Yeah.
I was going to get them out and look at them.
It's that one there.
Yeah, that one still got blood on it, huh? Did you see this?
A bullet hole in the head.
With the deer heads in hand, the wardens only need one last piece of evidence to seal their case.
It's a Ruger 1022 with a USA red dot scope.
We found it.
Oh, okay, good.
After gathering a stockpile of weapons and drugs, the wardens finally unearth the gun they're after.
He's in huge trouble here. We found a Ruger 1022. It's a model 1022 long rifle. That's the weapon that killed the deer. We also have the DNA of the deer. So with that particular antler and head that we have, we can do a match on that.
Yeah, you've got time to think about it a little bit. Have you changed your mind maybe and have something further you want to tell me now that we've had to go through this rigmarole and get a search warrant and come back?
We are finding some things here that could get you in some serious hot water, okay?
Yeah, you're...
All right. Everything on this warrant that we're looking for, we have here. The way he's poaching these deer with that small caliber 22, it's a real silent round with a silencer put on there. One shot to the head will kill this animal, and here's the evidence right here. That's what he's doing.
There were some fresh antlers that were seized from the residents that appear to be from this last deer season. The subject does not have a hunting license or deer tags for this last year.
I think I'm that bad, huh?
Slip in there best you can.
I grew up hunting and fishing. I think it was just instilled in me that you got to take our share and leave some for the future. So to catch those people that are not playing by the rules, it's just something I really enjoy.
The trophy killer is in custody. Back in Southern California, Warden Kyle Chang responds to shots fired
Target sheet.
in an old munitions test site.
A lot of unexploded ammunition rounds, grenades. I still get nervous in handling anyone with a firearm. It's not so much the guns themselves, but the people and how they react or how they don't react. You never know what you're going to come across.
That's the truck. Hold on.
Place the guns down on the ground, step away from the vehicle. Place the guns down on the ground, step away from the vehicle. Place the guns down on the ground and step away from the vehicle. Okay, come on, step back.
With backup hours away,
Just everyone come out and up, stand right in a line right here for me.
Warden Kyle Chang must contain the trespassing gunman alone.
No weapons on you, right? No. Okay, anything illegal, any illegal firearms that I should know about?
Nope.
Okay, do me a favor, everyone come up over here, just place your hands on the hoods for me for my safety.
Sure.
How'd you drive through off of Highland Springs? It's locked up.
There was dirt roads open.
No animal shot today. The AR, whose is this?
Be mine.
Okay, do you have your weapons permit with you?
Weapons permit?
They basically went through the external area, through the fence line, which is actually has cuts in it, and then trespassed through the wildlife area. Make sure all the weapons are registered, the ones that are more serious in nature. Copy. Firearms when ready. It's going to be a semi-automatic Ruger pistol, caliber 22, serial number 15-72. Second weapon is going to be a AR-15. It's going to be LRB arms.
While waiting for dispatch to check the guns for criminal history, Chang searches the suspect's truck for evidence they broke into the preserve.
Looking for any bolt cutters or wire cutters that could cut down fence. If they possess that, we could potentially get them for destruction of state property if we could match the tool marks, the lock being cut in the fence. Five 345, go ahead.
345, Circum continuing on the serial number 1503572. No record on file.
Copy. I'll advise me clear.
The guns come back clean, but the trespassers aren't off the hook.
What I'm going to give you is a citation for the motor vehicle trespass in the wildlife area, okay? Okay. That one empty. The magazines. Make sure all the guns are clear.
For their own safety, Warden Chang escorts the trespassers out of the hot zone.
Because of all the old unexploded munitions that were here, it's too dangerous for people to be here. They actually had to do really some serious forby, and all the signs posted up saying no trespassing. It's, I don't believe that they didn't know they were in a closed area. No doubt it was a fairly elevated situation. Being out there with people with a lot of firearms is pretty dangerous and scary if they're meant to do you harm. Not so much that guns are scary, it's who is behind those firearms is what makes it really scary.
"630 miles northwest, the Mendocino coastline is home to a sea snail that's worth its weight in gold.
Abalone is highly sought after. It's considered a delicacy in a lot of countries. So it's worth a lot on the black market. There's a lot of opportunities for people to make a lot of money poaching abalone here.
Over-harvesting pushed the species to the brink of extinction. So in 1997, California banned commercial fishing of abalone. Now, sport fishing is allowed, but it's highly regulated.
The legal limit for abalone is 3 per person per day, and you can only have 3 abalone in your possession at any one time.
Today, Warden Hendricks works the front line of the trade to make sure sport fishermen are playing by the rules.
Abalone diving is one of my passions. I really care about the resource and like to see it taken care of, so we have it for the future so I can take my kids out and go abalone diving with them.
Despite the state's best efforts to stop poaching, the laws only increase the demand.
As the laws get tighter and the enforcement gets beefed up, the black market price of the abalone skyrockets.
Up on the cliff, Hendricks spots a group of suspicious divers.
Looks like this person just handed them an abalone and they placed it in their bag. We're gonna go down to the beach and see what he handed off to him. We're just gonna stay and wait till the group hits the beach. That way nothing accidentally falls in the water before we contact them.
As Warden Hendricks prepares to confront the suspects, another warden is in full force.
May I check your abalone report cards and fishing licenses, please? Yes, sir. Is it just the two of you today?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. No more.
So no more abalone in the car? I'm gonna check, yeah. This looks like abalone guts to me. And if their abalone were all whole and sitting behind the vehicle, there's no reason that they should have guts on the inside door. That's pretty suspicious. So here's how it works. If you guys took too many abalone, okay? If you took an undersized abalone, okay? That's way less of a fine than if you failed to show me all of your abalone, okay? So I'm making a formal demand to see all fish and game that you have right now. I believe that these gentlemen are being dishonest with me. I'm looking for a shucked abalone. I believe that the gentleman threw another one over here. I found an abalone in the bushes. Whose is this?
I don't know who it is.
Do you guys both want to get a ticket for it, or is somebody going to tell me whose it is?
Say I don't know.
I don't believe you. No, I know, and I see the one under your car, too. Whose abalone is this?
I say I don't know.
How'd it get under your car? Since nobody's claiming the two shucked abalone, I'm taking all of your dive gear, citing both of you. All that does for me is give you an additional charge. It's called 2012 failure to show. When I demand to see all of your abalone, and you neglect to tell me that you have one under your car and that you just threw one in the bushes, it's an additional violation, okay?
I don't do nothing, right?
I believe you did do something.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. That's your side of the story.
We can take it back, this one?
No, it all stays with me. Didn't have to go this way. If you guys would have just owned up to your stuff, it wouldn't have gone this way. Now you know for next time. You gotta be honest. 2 abalone over limit isn't generally a huge deal, but the fact that they were shucked and then tried to hide them is a big deal to me.
Back at the water's edge, Warden Hendricks makes his move.
Okay, what's your name? Don. Don? I'll explain what I saw. I watched you guys dive. I watched Don just sit on his tube the whole entire time, and I watched you hand him an ab. This is how it's gonna go down. Right. If you're honest with me, I'll make it easy. Okay. If you lie, that's when things get bad. I start taking all kinds of gear, and you get big fines. So what happened?
On the Mendocino coast,
this is how it's gonna go down. If you're honest with me, I'll make it easy. If you lie, that's when things get bad. I start taking all kinds of gear, and you get big fines. So what happened?
I don't dive, right?
You don't dive. Your friends gave you the abalone?
Yeah, because I can't get it myself.
Okay.
He wasn't going to get his, and it was surgery.
Okay. You can't just go out and pull abalone for everybody, you know?
I don't know, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because this is what leads to the problem. It's a poaching problem. This is where it all stems from, okay, guys? Since you guys are honest with me, I'm not going to take your gear, okay? What's going to happen then, I'm going to be issuing you a citation for an over limit of abalone and you a citation for unlawful possession of 3 abalone, okay? Okay. All right.
After catching the divers red-handed, Warden Hendricks confiscates their entire catch.
Mine were legally caught. I don't think he should take all of them.
That's a little excessive. Copy that. Go for it.
Despite his complaints, a background check reveals this diver is no victim.
Hey, James. You work on a commercial crab boat? You just got a warning last weekend from Warden Don Powers for not tagging your abs?
Yeah.
Why is it every weekend we're running into you and things aren't exactly straight? You're a commercial fisherman, so you're held to a higher standard in my book. This is what you're getting cited for, taking 6 abalone today, okay?
The divers are released, and Warden Hendricks heads back to the front line.
You're not gonna find the bad guys sitting in your truck driving around. You gotta get out and look around, look in every little nook and cranny, because that's where all the good stuff's going down.
In the Southern California desert, it's midnight, prime time to catch snake poachers, and Warden Chang is on the hunt.
Reptile collecting, amphibian collecting requires a California sport fishing license, so just like any other sport, there's a good time and a bad time to go, fishing or hunting, and a good time and bad time to go out reptile collecting. The sun was out today, so it was warming up the asphalt. Snakes like the warmth of the asphalt. Most of them are nocturnal hunters, so they'll come out at night, start looking for their prey. What the reptile collectors do, because it's a one-way out canyon, they'll come out and check at those reptiles as they're coming across the roadway, and then start collecting from there. What we're gonna do is post up, set a decoy out. Anyone stopping on the decoy is gonna be contacted. Check if they have their licenses.
The growing global market for exotic reptiles threatens California's snake population. So collecting without a license is poaching.
Hopefully we catch some reptile poachers today. This is a decoy rope snake made to imitate a California king snake or a desert king. So what we're gonna do is just sit right behind this rock, right along the hillside here. It's just kind of like fishing. You throw out a lure and you're hoping you catch something. Everyone's looking for that odd snake that has some different or variant pattern, or aberrant pattern is what they call it. If they're able to breed that and sell it, the first one out there is usually the highest dollar amount for a reptile. I'll be driving really slow, and then usually with the high beams on, all of a sudden at the decoy you'll see them slam on the brakes in the middle of the road.
Chang posts up closer to the decoy and waits.
This is one of the more interesting patrols that you do. Not a lot of people can say they do reptile patrols. We got one coming up. Oh yeah, they're driving real slow.
Southern California's desert warden, Kyle Chang, is hunting for snake poachers using a decoy. And someone has taken the bait.
Yes.
You need to see my license?
Yes, please.
You got it.
What are you out here collecting tonight?
Just kind of what I can find. There's a kid who really likes reptiles who's going to be out here for open heart surgery. So I'm picking up a lot of things to take to the hospital and show him. And then at the end, we're going to bring them all back.
After checking his license, Warden Chang checks out the finds of a fellow snake enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice little female.
That's the rosy boa.
Yeah. This is probably the most sought after snake out here.
Where's the red diamond at? Can I see that?
Oh, sure. Let me take him out.
That was a red diamond rattlesnake, and that's a local one found out this way.
There would be times when you could come up here and maybe find 10, 15 snakes on the road. And now there are a lot of reptile enthusiasts that come up here. And it really has put a dent in it, unfortunately.
He had a legal collection and a legal amount of reptiles. No violations there. That's how we want it. I mean, that's great.
Back in Central California, Lieutenant John Norris investigates the online trading of black market wildlife parts.
This guy wants to buy everything. Bear rug. I'm gonna call this guy.
With the sting set,
Yeah, I just need to know the address.
he gathers his team to take the suspect offline.
We stumbled on this case. We're calling it Ursus Broker. It's basically a black bear rug sale. So it's a felony sale of black bear parts. This guy's advertising, I'll buy wildlife mounts of any species. I want black bear rugs, cougars. He listed about every prohibited species that you can't buy or sell in California. Basically how we're gonna play this out is we set the buy up for 9:30 today. Tyson are gonna be the UC. Ching and I will be on point, just staged right around the corner. The guy's facility is like a mini warehouse. It's huge. It's got razor wire gate. It's a maze to search it safely. This is gonna be a difficult place to clear, and we're gonna have to do it very carefully. Because this is a felony violation, and because this guy has extensive criminal history in burglary, check fraud, selling without having a permit, some internet stuff. He's pretty familiar with this. He has several felony convictions. We're gonna take him to jail and send a message with the commercial black market aspect of it and really make that stick. Let's go all the way around. Then you'll kind of mate up like that. Just set him on the tarp. There he is, just like that. Perfect, guys. Let's get the head way back so it's not bouncing off anything. Got it. Yep, and we're good to go. The bigger a building, the harder it is to clear, the more nooks and crannies of people hidden or officer safety threats you could have. First and foremost is we got to get through this entry secure, safely, and get that done before we even think about trying to make a case. And now we're just standing by to wait. We're a minute away.
Only pulling up in like 30 seconds here.
Copy. We're idling, standing by. It's 9:17 now. Buy's supposed to go down at 9:30. These are the longest minutes of these types of cases you're ever going to experience.
All right, we're here. All right.
How old is this thing, you know? Much about it? I think he said maybe 2 years. I really don't know. It's not that old yet. Yeah.
That's gonna have to be it.
Let's go! We're moving, guys. It's on. Finish the buy. We're less than a minute. Stay on me. Let's go.
Santa Clara, California.
Let's go! We're moving, guys. It's on.
A felony buy bust for illegal bear parts.
We're less than a minute. Stay on me.
The wardens just made the buy. Now comes the bust.
And we are good. Let's go. Fish and Game, police.
Hey, Fish and Game. Put your hands up. Stand up for me.
How you doing?
Jeez. Yeah. Stand up.
All right.
Turn around.
Turn around for us.
Fish and Game, please.
Fish and Game, police. Show yourself if you're in the building.
Hey, Fish and Game, right here.
Before the wardens can process the suspect, they must first search the warehouse.
It's a big facility. There could be stuff anywhere, guys, so watch your corners. Clear. Going down to level 1. Clear upper stairwell.
This 20,000 square foot multi-level facility can house anything or anyone.
Clear.
Back room clear, coming out.
John.
What do you got? Oh yeah, okay. What did you pay for the elk antlers and also the turtle?
100 for the antlers and 300 for the turtle.
300 for the turtle? That's a sea turtle. That's prohibited federally. And since it came across state lines from a gentleman maybe out of state, it's a felony. And then elk antlers in California as well can't be bought or sold. We've searched everything. The only place of wildlife is the elk and a sea turtle, which U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is going to be concerned about. He bought the elk antlers for 100, the sea turtle for 300 earlier on the internet. It's the only other internet sale he's had because he pulled the ad after 3 days besides our bear sales. Stay right there, man. Go ahead, Ching. Let's go right out here. Come on out. Turn around for us. Turn around for us. You are under arrest, but we appreciate your cooperation, and anything you help us with today will be appreciated so we can get to the bottom of this, answer your questions, and do what we need to do, okay?
Well, I should get an attorney by the looks of all this.
The deal today is the sale of bear parts, whether it's a rug, whether it's claws or gallbladders, just the mere sale of that is a felony in California. It's actually one of only 3 felonies in the Fish and Game Code because there's such a black market for bear parts all over the country and actually all over the world. So our black bear population gets poached and decimated and illegally sold for those reasons because there's so much money in it. So with your internet ad, you advertise wanting to buy bear rugs and other animals that you can't even possess or sell. That was an issue, and that's why we're here today. We're not trying to pick on you, but we're just reacting and doing an investigation.
I had no clue.
Okay.
I really didn't.
You can get your attorney, but you're going to be booked in jail, and we're going to go forth from there. If you don't want to talk to us, we totally understand that is your right. We appreciate you being candid. All right. Randy, where do we, any sales receipts? Have you, Warden Rodriguez is going to interview on some things like sales. Have you had any other buyers? We want to know where the sea turtle came from. Was it a guy in California?
No.
Okay. From today forward, it's an active investigation. You'll be tampering the investigation, which could be additional charge. So just don't talk to him because he shouldn't have sold you those. For obvious reasons, same reason we're here today, right? So we're going to deal with this. Well, it is, and that's a problem. That's why we're here.
Doesn't make it legal.
You're being placed under arrest for felony purchase of parts of a black bear, okay, which is illegal in the state of California. That's written here. You're also being cited for Fish and Game Code 3039, which is unlawful purchase of elk antlers. Okay, those are both on here, and you have the receipts for that. So I mean, we have evidence on you. Your court date is on the bottom. You sign right here by the X. And by signing, you're not admitting your guilt. You're just agreeing to appear in court.
All right, guys, quick debrief on everything that's happened today so far. I thought it went really smooth. We got really lucky with consent. We found more violations than we bargained for. Really good work, guys, on the Undercover team. You and Tyson played it great. We have a sea turtle that's going to lead to a sales case one way or the other, some elk antlers, so we definitely have some problems, and that went out really well. Let's break, get this evidence processed. Our bad guys going to jail. Great job today, guys. Great job.